Hi and welcome to another battle report. This is 2500 points between myself and my friend Marcus, who plays the Dwarf, and I play the Lizardmen. To start with his army, we have a unit of a horde of 40 warriors with great weapon and a runesmith in that unit, a gyro bomber, a unit of 21 hammers with his dwarf lord on shield bearer, who have the double strength against toughness 5 and bigger. He also have the immunity to killing blow and maybe some other runes. And he also in that unit have his BSB, who have the banner that gives everybody within 6 inches 5 up ward against magic missiles. And he have an organ gun who can reroll misfires. Then you have a unit of crossbows, 14 of them, with a runesmith in it. In the Grail Chapel, you have a cannon, and behind that you have a gyrocopter and some iron drakes. And farthest away in this picture, you have a other gyrocopter. Well, for my army, I have a unit of 11 skink blowpipe skirmish, with a skink sheaf in it who have the egg, and behind that I have a salamander, an outer salamander on that hill, a unit of skink with blowpipe, a stegodon with the sharpened horn and devastating charge, some scouted chameleon skinks, they are standing there to take out his organ gun, hopefully the first turn, 2 jungle swarms, a bastillodon with the laser beam, a Razordon, and in that house I have 2 skink priests level 1 of beast, one have the spear, one have the wild form, one have disposable, and the other have the cube of darkness. Then I have the BSB with the +1 toughness plus impact hits helmet, and my Slan with a level 4 lore master of high. He can add or subtract 1 to his miscast roll, and you also have 3 opportunities for each turn to channel with the channel staff. And out of this picture, to my right I have a unit of skink with javelins, a unit of skink skirmish with javelins. Well, I did get the first turn. I passed my stupid test on my lone Scarvet on a cold one, and I just pushes forward my whole battle line. I push my chameleon skink so they are in range to shoot at his organ gun, and so far away from his hammers that I can just flee if he shoots to charge them. And the forest on my side is the stupid forest. And well, that's it for my movement. Well, in magic I throw 6 dice at Amber Spear at his cannon in the Grail Chapel, and well, I kill it, but in the meantime I roll a miscast. And well, this is the first of many mistakes I did in this game. I place my standard bear next to my wizard, so I roll a 7 or whatever miscast that you have to suffer a hit to the models that next to you, and my battle standard bear have suffered a wound. And well, the shooting, most of it were out of range. My chameleon skink, he passed 2 ward save on his organ gun, so they didn't do a jack shit on that. And well, the dwarf player shoots how fast the dwarf battle line can move, and well, here's the result. And here is his other flank. His shooting was kind of lame. The combined strength of his crossbow and his organ gun took out my Razordon, but everything passes the panic test. And the skink unit just outside of this picture to the right suffer some casualties from the iron drake, but they passed their panic test. And so over to the second turn. On this flank I pushes up my Saurus Scarvet on cold one a bit, and the skink chief, and my 2 unit of skinks on this side. That forest is the fear causing forest, Well, on the other flank, I move up my skink chief to block his warrior from moving, and my jungle swarm to block his hammers from really moving. I take my chameleon skink in shooting range of his organ gun, try to sneak some wounds through, and in the magic phase, first I get off Apotheosis, the healing spell on my battle standard bear, so he is now in full health. And then I get a fire convocation on his great weapon warrior. Didn't do too much, but I roll a miscast throwing it, and I got the result when every caster have to suffer a strength 6 hit. So my two skink priests suffer a wound, and my slan passes his ward save. In the shooting phase, my chameleon skink only managed to do 1 wound on his organ gun, and well, my salamanders do some work on his great weapon warrior unit, so they are now cut in half basically, and the skink unit just shoot some blowpipes at his hammers and warriors, doing a wound here and there. This picture also shows his movement. His move is gyrocopter over my skink chief to bomb him. His gyrobomber moves over my skink skirmisher unit to bomb them. His hammer charges my jungle swarm. His crossbowman charges my chameleon skink. I choose to flee. Then he redirects into my scarvet, and I think in the long run I will win that combat. On the other flank, his iron rakes prepare to firing at my skink unit, and his gyrocopter moves over my skink unit to bomb them. Well, his gyrocopter over here bombs away my skink chief. His iron rakes kill 5 of my skinks, and his gyrocopter also killed 5 of my skinks, but I passed both my panic tests. The gyrobomber scored a direct hit on my skink unit and killed, let's see, I thought I had like 3 or 2 left, so 10 or 9 skinks. I fail my panic test and I run straight away from it, away off the board, so they are dead, but the salamander doesn't have to take a panic test because they are stupid and immune to psychology. Well, of course the hammers kill my jungle swarms without even me having to strike them, because his lord is brutally strong, and he also rolled up hatred against my whole army. And well, the crossbowmen take a wound on my scarvet. I do, I think, 3 or 2 on him. I lose by 1, and I pass my break test. So over to turn 3. I start by rallying my chameleon skinks, and I did a lot of mistakes this particular turn. For the first thing, I have the flying special rule on my skink chief. I did not charge his organ gun because I forgot, so I didn't, and I just move him behind the fence to hopefully get some cover and survive next turn. As you can see, I move my salamander to firing up at his hammer, but as you may not see, one of my salamander actually is kind of blocking my Saurus unit from getting a perfect charge against for example, you will see later why I cannot get a perfect charge next turn. And I basically turn my Bastiladon to face his gyrocopter and stuff on this flank, and my Stegodon to hopefully shoot his hammer or something. And well, this mistake is not even stupid of my part, it's just sloppy. I just push up my skink unit to shoot as a gyrocopter, and well, I didn't even think about putting him out of the arc of his gyrocopter so he can charge me next turn. Well, my shooting was ineffective as usual. You see, I did some damage to his hammers with the salamander and a wound on the organ gun, gyrocopter out of this picture. But for his turn, I forgot to mention that he pulled up his miner last turn, and they flank charge my salamander, and the gyrocopter flank charge the other one. And his Great Weapon Warrior charged my skink unit, and his hammer unit sidesteps a bit. And well, that's it for his movement. As I told you earlier, his gyrocopter charged my skink unit, and his Iron Drakes moves to firing at my Saurus warriors. Well, in shooting phase, his organ gun takes down my skink chief, and his Iron Drake and his Gyro Bomber do some damage to my Saurus unit, but as you can see, it's not that severe damage in combat. Of course, his Great Weapon Warrior kills my skink. I kill one of his guys. His miners kill one of my salamanders, and his gyrocopter do a wound on my salamander, but I do a wound on him, and I actually stick. So that's it for his turn. And oh yeah, the other gyrocopter that were in combat with my skink unit break them, run them down, and the other skink unit failed the panic test and started running away. And well, over to turn 4. So for my turn 4, my Stegodon charged his gyrocopter, and as you can see in this picture, this is the time I talk about putting the salamander too far. My Saurus unit cannot charge his Great Weapon Warrior to get out of the way. And well, my Bastiladon charged his miner, and they choose to do the fleeing maneuver, and they got away. My Chameleon Skinks moves up to shoot at his organ gun, and well, I take one of my priests to shove up his hammers one more time, and the other skink priest just tries to move around my unit because, well, he was kind of stuck. And well, that's it for my movement. These 5 skinks rallies. Well, as you can see in this picture, my Chameleon Skink didn't manage to kill his organ gun this turn either. In the magic, I throw off the fire communication. He used his spell rune, didn't need it. And his cross moment, they are not in combat anymore because last turn they killed my Scarvet. Even though I have 1-up armor save, I just died. Well, and they reform like that. And well, this combat breaks my heart because his gyrocopter killed my salamander. My Stegodon rushes in. He had the sharpened horn. He have the impacted strength 5 d3 wounds, devastating charge of 5 attacks, strength 5. And well, he didn't do a single wound, but since I had a flank and a charge, we draw, and well, we stick. For his turn, his miner rallies. His hammers charge my skink priest. His organ gun and gyrocopter open up at my Chameleon Skink, killing 5 of them, but I am in range of my general, this Lern, and I pass my panic check. And well, his Iron Drake killed a few of my Saurus, but the most casualty I actually took from the Gyro Bomber. Even though it's strength 3 only, it kills like 10 Saurus warriors with no problem at all. And well, I did pass my panic test, at least should thank someone for that. And well, that's for the shooting phase. Well, after combat, his Dwarf Lord said challenge to my Skink Chief, and of course he killed it, and no problem. And as you can see, this damn gyrocopter is actually still there. My Stegodon haven't managed to kill that this turn either, and well, yeah, I don't know what to do. Sometimes the dice just hate you. Well, over to my turn 5. Well, for my turn, if one big monster can't do it, let's send in the other big monster, and hopefully we can kill this gyrocopter this turn. And well, I back off with my Saurus warriors from his hammers to get some distance. And I move my chameleon skinks to both shoot his organ gun and have his gyrocopter in the front if he chooses to charge them. Well, since I realized he's needed some help in his playing, my slan first cast the Walk Between Worlds. He dispelled that, and then I cast Fire Convocation on his hammers, killing a few of them, and I roll miscast. And I was so nice to him, so I choose to roll the double one, and I even get sucked into the warp and blow up half of my Saurus unit. So I only have 7 guys left. And well, here comes some moral victory at least. The chameleon skinks who are shooting a lot of arrows, a lot of blowpipe shot on his organ gun, finally managed to take that thing down, so that's good. And well, then with the combined strength of 2 big dinosaurs, they managed to actually kill the dwarf in the flying egg clock. So for dwarf turn 6, with the confidence my 2 big dinosaurs have built up from actually beating the egg clock, they choose to stay. The hammers first charge the Saurus, we choose to run for it. And well, you should think about it. Both my big dinosaurs have a full amount of wounds on them before the combat. And well, the shooting phase, I don't have a picture of that, but he killed 1 chameleon skinks, I break and run for it. And well, interesting enough, he killed both my dinosaurs. His dwarf lord have a item who make him double strength against opponent with toughness 5 or greater. So well, he was strength 10, and well, he hit all, he wounded all, and he does 5 wounds, and I'm dead. On the other side, he had great weapon, so I could strike first, and I kill his rune priest, rune smith it is. And then his great weapon warrior, strength 6, go in, and they do 4 wounds on me, so I'm dead there too. And his hammers overrun, and a 1 inch behind my Saurus warrior. And well, I rolled for it. I didn't roll the double 1 when fleeing, so I continue running, so he will charge me off the board. And well, it's a victory for the dwarf, a big one. I have like 5 skink plus 3 chameleon skinks and a skink chief, a skink priest left, and that's all. So well, I played a very bad game from my part, but well, I can always blame that is a new army and I'm not used to it. So well, thank you so much for watching.